Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this AFK journey video. So in today's AFK journey video, we are going to talk about the upcoming character on the global side. So initially I thought it would be Bonnie, but apparently Hugin's coming first. Okay, so this is the Hugin character on the VN server right now. And in today's video, as usual, we're going to run through the kit and then do a one copy pooling and then play testing for this character itself. So without further ado, let's go into the characters page. So Hugin, Maverick Smith, 20 attack range physical attacker. So this is the class. Okay. Unstoppable. Sets his anvil on the tower where he's placed during battle preparation. As his normal attacks and skill requires the anvil, he will remain near it throughout the battle and will always return to it if it's displaced. Okay. So his skill will be based off this anvil thing that makes him like a Damien, I guess. We'll take a look at it later after we pull one copy for this character. So active forges a gear of might for allies, the ally dealing the highest cumulative damage, boosting their combat strength. The gear increases the ally attack by 6% of Hugin's base attack and increases their haste by 80 for 10 seconds. Okay. It is a stat boost of Hugin's base attack, and you can go up to 15% with ultimate power with charms and 80 haste. Okay, but for 10 seconds. Okay, we shall see how fast Hugin can get there right after reading through the kit and then pulling for him. But this is super duper good for Dream Realm, man. Yeah, it's like attack boosting with Sonya, attack boosting with Hugin. Let's go. Yeah, but this is base attack though, so it doesn't get affected by Sonya's attack buff. If not, that will be super duper OP. Imagine buffing Hugin, buffing another carry, and then having Hugin buff the attack boost of the carry being buffed by Sonya as well. That'll be super duper crazy. Okay, but anyway, second skill, Titan's Aegis. Hugin crafts a cord shield for the weakest ally, providing them with a shield that blocks 600% of his attack's damage for 8 seconds. So you can go upwards to 660, and then with skill power it's 960% of his attack. Okay, that is insane stuff. And then we have Mechanized Bond. When the battle starts, Hugin etches a mechanical sigil one tile behind him, granting ally on this tile an attack bonus equals to 14% of Hugin's base attack, and the buff ally gains an extra 75 energy whenever Hugin casts Titan Aegis. Okay, so Titan Aegis is the shield skill, and then when this battle starts, there's a granting the ally. Okay, so one ally behind Hugin will get this attack bonus. Okay. And then this ally will also get the extra energy. Oh, okay. So it's like a Reiner positioning right now. So you put Hugin in front of a carry, and the carry gets this attack buff. And that carry also gets 75 energy whenever he casts a second skill. Okay. So it's like a lot of buffing with this guy. Okay. So increase in haste through hero focus. Now EX weapon, Steelbound Kinship, crafts enhanced cord shields for the two weakest ally when using Unstoppable, providing each with a shield that blocks 800% of his attack in terms of damage for 8 seconds. Okay, so increase in level increases the shield value and grants control immunity to allies protected by an enhanced cord shield while it's active. Okay, this is okay. So this character is a pretty buff heavy character. And okay, so this part requires his stats. So I think he is a pretty buff heavy character that requires quite a bit of stats, because the stat boost provided by this character is not a base value but a value of his original stats. So the higher tier he is, the more stat buff you can give to your ally itself. So we'll try to test him to Supreme Plus later on, but I'm just going to do for one copy pooling to just see what this guy does, and let's go. Okay. Oh, did I on my skip button? Okay, but let's just finish up the pulls. Okay, Wonder Strike. Okay. So this is the pack. So this is the mini Hugin head right here. Okay, so this is not the cutest one, but that's that. But let's take a look at what this unit does. Okay, so the EX weapon, I can't really see what buff it provides. Let's take a look at the charm side. So charm side is grants 30% attack boost for. Hey dude, this guy is actually really crazy, to be honest. Yeah, considering the fact that considering the fact that this guy over here is able to, I probably need to farm for my this one. Let me just do a simple sweep first for today. Yeah, we'll do a simple sweep and then hopefully we get enough. Cycle. Okay, get the charm set. Okay, so we got the charm set. We're not going to go for full set because I just want to see what this unit can do first. And this is the ability right here. So Reiner's ability. And without further ado, I think the first thing would be the Dream Realm side, right? So Dream Realm, one thing we will have to compare is the difference between this character and Reiner. So I do have a Reiner in this team and it's also in my best damage team. So let's just run this team with Reiner first and then we see the difference between Reiner and this character at 2 copies. Yeah, so this is my Reiner team for my free-to-play Dream Realm Crystal Beetle run. Pretty similar to Reiner, right? So we got like 2 units that are closely similar to Reiner in terms of what they do. But I do think that Hugin might be a lot better for PvP though, because Hugin has like 2 shielding ability as well as control immunity and defensive protection. So Hugin does have 2 attack buff, which makes him decently good for Dream Realm, I guess, provided if you have sufficient stats. So we'll use this opportunity to take a look at what he does and then take a look at the damage number comparison first. So the first run for Dream Realm is unskippable, so you have to sit through everything. Okay, so 64 build. Okay, so this is the detail right here. 18 build on Freyasto, 10 build on Smokey, 32 build on Lily May right here. Okay, so now let's try to use Hugin. So Hugin's ability should be pretty similar to, yeah. So I think this positioning should work. So we will still get this attack buff on the charm, right? Mythical plus, and on top of that we'll get an attack boost on Mechanized Bond, and we also get the shield, which is sort of like the damage reduction from Reiner and protection from Reiner. So the only thing that we are missing is obviously the hero focus as well as the EX weapon skill right here. So this is even more shielding, but I think against this boss itself, control immunity might be of a certain use to prevent the boss from stunning you, but I think it's fine if we don't have it. And then we have Enhanced Force over here, so this one is even more damage reduction. So Hugin is pretty much like Reiner's kit, to be really honest, but just like the buff and shielding component to the maximum, yeah, over Reiner. So it's like this unit's being introduced is sort of gonna make Reiner go out of job really soon. So let's see whether or not Hugin right here will actually be good for the team. So this is the shield. Okay, so for this team we are losing a little bit of stats because we are running 2 Maulers. Our Lily May is the wildest Lily May, and we have a light bearer. So that would be like, I think, the disadvantage of using Hugin over Reiner. But the good thing about Hugin is obviously you do get the buff earlier, although you still need some stats on him for the maximum buff, because the buff of Hugin is based off his base attack. So if your tier is really low, your base attack is really low, the buff that he provides is a lot lower. So right here, this is 2 copies, so legendary tier. So from the looks of it, he's not like a Damien character that will exit a battlefield, which means that I think we can still snap this character down with regards to the survival. He just basically stays on the spot and uses the skill itself. So ideally, you might want to put him towards the back of the battlefield, I guess. Maybe another way to sort of make this team a lot better is putting Hugin behind energy Feresto so that Hugin can spam the ultimate for maximum attack buff on Lily May. So the highest damage unit in this team is definitely Lily May. So the ultimate goes onto the highest accumulated damage unit, which is Lily May in this case, to max out the buff. So yeah, pretty much a Reiner replacement, to be honest. Let's just skip the battle and see the final damage numbers. Okay, so everything is the same, but let's take a look at the difference in numbers. So damage wise, Lily May lost a little bit of damage. I think the support side, we lost a little bit of damage. And then we have Smokey, which lost quite a bit because I think lost from the stat loss, etc, etc. But to be honest, it's actually looking pretty impressive because this is considering that this is only at the legendary tier. So I think if we do have like the best charm, so if you take a look at his charm set first, let's take a look at his charm set. So his charm set is actually, let's take a look at whether or not there's any ultimate power. Yeah, so there's actually a blast charm set. So this ultimate power will actually give you more attack buff based on the stats that you have, right? There's also this mythic charm, which is able to buff up the skill power. So both skill power as well as ultimate power is able to provide for an additional attack boost. If that's the case, right, to be really honest, I think skill power is better, to be honest. Yeah, because right here, this is 1% per stat. So if you get 5 ultimate power, it's 15% max with 80 haste. This is not affected by ultimate power. Whereas this one, if you do like 5 skill power, this is plus 30% on that carry, which is Lily May. And on top of that, you are getting more shields. So maybe Mythic Charm is better. Let's see whether there's any Inside Charm. Okay, there's no Inside Charm. How? Okay, Blast Charm does provide this character with more attack percentage. So there could be a possibility that if we do get this attack percentage up, the base attack is higher, so all the attack buff across the board becomes higher as well. Okay, so that's for the charm. I think, yeah, Blast probably good. I think it's between Blast as well as Mythic for this one. But let's take a look at his PvE performance and then see how he performs there. So for the PvE side, I do have a team idea for this unit. So it will be with regards to the Iron Almas combo for sure. So we're going to put Sonya in. I think we can actually not run the healer because Hugin is a shielder for the team. Yeah, so for this one, I think, do I want to protect? Okay, I think we protect Iron, I think. Yeah, so we can actually buff out Iron, or we can do this. We can do this. So do this, and let's take a look at the battle here. Okay, so go at one time. Iron starts the battle. So the buff is on Sonya right there. So throughout the whole battle, Hugin's probably not going to move based on his ability, right? Because he needs to stay to his anvil for the different buffs for the ally itself. Okay, the shielding is also pretty big, by the way. So like for those of you guys who can't see it, let me just refresh. Like I have been focusing a lot on the buffing side, but the shielding from the second ability is pretty massive. And on top of that, we still have this further shielding if you have the EX weapon. But let's take a look at the numbers over here. Okay, so everybody is unshielded. Okay, so he smacks his anvil, provides this shielding. This is a buff for the highest damage ally. Okay, so you can see the massive shield number on Iron. So yeah, pretty Reiner light here. And I think based on his kit, it's a pretty simple character. So it's like, I'm just gonna protect my ally, make them super duper tanky, and then buff up their attack from there. So I think this character definitely will be Dream Realm viable, and also probably viable for PvE contents, because his defensive capability is pretty insane in a sense, right? If you take a look at his buffs, so if you take a look at his buff over here, this character definitely have some use in PvP as well, because the buff is a massive shield. This is on the weakest ally, so you are protecting the weakest ally, and over here you are protecting two weakest ally with even more shield itself. And this shield also grants control immunity. So what this means is, let's say you are playing against a control team, this is going to be really helpful as well. with all this this damage reduction, right? This means that this character is gonna keep that 2 ally shielded alive by quite a while. Yeah, control immunity, damage reduction, 800% shielding. If you get it to level 10, it's 850, and then if you get it to level 15, it's 900%. So the more stats that this unit has, he gets more buff of the attack percentage buff, as well as more shielding for the ally itself. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Just a simple testing. I do think this character is gonna be useful. I don't know how meta breaking he will be, because like he is pretty much similar to Reiner. So whether or not he will be a better version of Reiner, we'll have to wait until we get more testing results on this guy. But that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know what you think about Hugin, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.